Hey everybody, so I've had the Optoma 142X now for about 6 months, and I've been asked how I like it and what do I think of it. And I posted an unboxing and review when I first got it, so I want to take a minute and give you guys a follow-up review. So right now, just to kind of go over some stuff that was in the other video, the projector is about 16 feet back from the screen, and I'm projecting onto a wall. So the room's about 17 feet. There's still room to move back there, closer to the wall. And this is the wall. Make sure we're zoomed out. It's just smooth and painted over. The projection, it's about 144 inches diagonal from 16 feet. I could move it back and go a little further, but I didn't make the screen big enough for that, so that's for another time. But I'm going to dive right in, and we'll get to talking about the projector. So to start off, I guess the basic question is, do I like it? And the answer is yeah, I like it a lot. I originally thought I would just use it for movies and stuff, but I pretty much I use it for everything, all kinds of television now. So I'm just going to go over a quick list of things I've noted over the past 6 months or so that are things that you'd probably want to know if you're going to pick one of these up. Any problems I've had with it, stuff like that. So I do recommend it. Turn it on, you just press here, you'll hear a little whir. I want to try and get you to be able to hear start up and see how long it takes. But I'm going to turn the overhead light off first. Alright, the overhead light's off. I'm going to turn this on. And you heard that sound right there. Once you hear that, it's starting to project up on the screen. Every once in a while, and I'm talking maybe 10 times since I've owned the projector, there will be a delay in it making that noise and coming on. It hasn't been too much of a problem, so I haven't really done anything about it, but it is something to note. So it takes about, I paused the video, but it takes about 10-15 seconds to get the screen up and bright showing. And this is what it looks like. I mean, it looks really good. One of the questions I got a lot was fan noise, and I'm going to put my microphone right next to this thing again so you can hear it. This is about how loud it is when it's playing. But I will say that if you're sitting right next to it, you will hear it a little bit, and during quiet scenes in a movie, you will pick up some of that sound in your ear, and it can be a distraction. I would probably recommend not sitting right next to it or mounting it up by the ceiling or something like that if it bothers you. The other thing I did notice too, and I know some people commented on this, theirs is really loud, and what I'd recommend in that case is check your settings. So I did notice this is on Eco right now, and that's about how loud it is on Eco. I noticed if you turn it to bright and then go in and turn the brightness up, it does get a lot louder. And that's probably just because the bulb's getting a lot hotter. I had that happen at one point, and I was really kind of surprised by the noise level. So I went in and I reset the settings, and it went back to being quiet. So if you have bought one of these and you're concerned about the noise level, check that first. I think that'll make a pretty big difference for you. All right, so a follow-up review wouldn't be complete without some of my viewing experiences and what I've noticed with it. So I've got some of the highlights up from this past weekend's football. Two things I'll note right away. There's that concept of rainbowing in the picture when you're using projectors like this. And I will say that if I'm looking across the screen from side to side or past the projector quickly, I will notice a little bit of a rainbow. But as far as the picture being clear on the wall, you know, you don't see any kind of shadow with the ball or anything like that for football. It's up to the task for sports, so that's good. I haven't tested the 3D out at all, so I can't really comment on that, but I'm going to hit play and show you some. Sound's off, so it's just the projector. So you can see it's pretty clear and it's keeping up. I have no problems watching football on this. In fact, it's one of the things I watch on it the most, and it keeps up just fine. So one more thing to note with the projector is that the focus is right here. They chose to put it on this dial. You can see I'm turning that, and it affects the picture clarity. You know, it can get pretty out of focus. That's not really a problem. You know, you can dial that back in. But what's kind of tricky here, and I'm not sure that I really like their design, to put the lens cap on, you put it right over the focus. So anytime you put the lens cap on, you end up turning it just a little bit out of focus, and it's just kind of annoying to sit there and play with it every time. Honestly, I kind of just keep it dusted off and not use the lens cap all the time. I know you got to be careful with the lens and all that, but you know, I'd rather not be messing with the adjustment all the time for that. One other thought I had with the projector, and I knew it going in, but I am going to point it out, is there's not too many connections in the back. Don't know if you can see it focusing in there. You don't get audio. You get audio input, but you don't get the light audio. I'm blanking on what it's called right now. And you do get 2 HDMI ports, but that's it. You don't get a lot of extra stuff. I know a lot of the higher end projectors, they'll have more. They'll have the ability to connect other things. This doesn't have that. And it's not a problem. You know, I leave one here close for my computer, and then one running under the carpet over there. And that generally works. I was hopeful that I'd find a way to hook my old school Nintendo up to this thing and play it on the wall, but I haven't been able to find that because there's no tuner built in to these, obviously, and there's no real way to connect it up. So if anybody actually knows how to do that on a projector, you know, feel free to hit me up in the comment section and let me know. But as far as kind of critiques of this thing, this Optoma 142, that's all I really have. Do I like watching things on it? Yeah, it's great. You combine that with a sound system, and it's pretty much your home movie experience. It's pretty good. And I'll unpause this again. You can see a little more live action. But I mean, it's been fantastic for movies and everything. You will notice I said at the beginning I had to have this light off, but I do have a small light over here on. In the dark, it's even brighter, but you know, you will get some light coming up into it. So this is still not complete darkness. I'm going to pause this and turn some other lights off so you can see it in the dark too. All right, so I have all the lights off on this floor now. So any ambient light you see is actually light reflecting off the wall at this point. And it's plenty bright in here as far as, you know, being able to see. You're not going to trip over anything if you need to get up while something's playing. But it's dark enough that it's a good viewing experience also. So I really love watching anything on this, especially sports. Beats, you know, going to the bar and watching it on a small TV or something like that. I've had people over, and it's generally been a positive experience. I haven't had anybody say that they don't enjoy watching anything on this. If anybody wants to leave a comment letting me know if they've tried out the 3D and how that works, that would be cool too. And again, if you have any other questions, feel free to get at me in the comment section. I'll do my best to address them. Thanks, everybody.